So I have a young man in my Discord server, links down below by the way, that wants me to specifically dive deeper into the Looksmax side of things, and that includes like the hair and dressing. That's the two areas he was looking for the most guidance. So shout out bro, I'm making this video specifically for you. But I do want to have a quick talk with you guys towards the end of this video as well, but I'm going to leave that to the end. I do suggest you wait for that part, but no, you came for Looksmax, so I'm going to address that part first. So I actually literally just got a fresh cut yesterday. You can see a nice fade going on. Awesome to blend it in with my beard. Oftentimes I also just do this myself. So I'm going to be speaking about these specifics. Now, if you don't want to do all the research on haircuts and face shapes and all of that, honestly, I suggest you get the literal haircut I have right now. I get a number one, number two, number three. Some of you guys are giving it like a number one and a number two, and that would look good on you if you cut your top a bit shorter. But if you want a longer top like what I do, I suggest number one, number two, number three. Sweet. If you don't have a beard, then you can even go number zero. So like no blade here, number one, number two. Nice and simple, easy to maintain. I use a little bit of putty. I'm going to dive into hair products a little bit, but I use putty personally. But I'll give you the pros and cons of each of them very soon. But now if you want to be more specific on the sort of haircut you want and want to optimize it to the T, then I will put some links down below. Find out what your face shape is. You'll need to get measuring tape and all of that available, so it's quite a process. But once you have that available, you can find what is the best haircuts for your facial features, your face shape, all of that good stuff. So you can go check that out. As I said, I'll put on the links below. Now when you come into hair products, a lot of guys, at least for me personally, I start off with hair gel. Do not use that. It's not very good for your hair. So your hair is going to not look as silky, as sheen and all of that stuff. But also just not healthy for your testosterone and all of that. So I've opted now for putty. Putty I like because, as you can tell, I can mess around with my hair quite a bit, put it back into place, and it still holds. Bro, I messed up my head just for this video, but it's fine. So yeah, this is the sort of thing you can do with putty, and it works best for me, what I'm trying to do with my hair. But if you want something that will hold the whole day and you really don't want to have the ability to mess around with it, then yeah, I would suggest you go for a pomade or even a clay. Actually, clay will probably work better for most of you guys, come to think of it, but you can consider the pomade. But in all honesty, what I suggest you do is buy all three. Buy the putty, buy the pomade, buy the clay. Spend a week trying out each one and see which one you like the most. Why I'm saying spend a little bit more time, like a week, is different days your hair might do different stuff depending on the humidity, depending on the weather that day. There's a lot of variables in play, so you need more than just one day to try it out. Do that. I actually did it myself. Putty was what I like. But yeah, try it out for yourself, see what works. Then diving deep into the fact that if you have a beard, you need to fade this in. A lot of you guys would know how to fade, but if you don't, you need to do this. Flat here, and then when it comes there, flick it out. So this motion here, flick it on the sides, they'll probably look quite good. And then yeah, aside from that, I do suggest you go through your buzz cut arc. Personally, actually, I haven't gone through it myself in all honesty. But I do think buzz cut actually is underrated. A lot of guys would look pretty decent with it. But now diving into the talk that I promised you guys that I would have at the end. If you're Looksmaxing with the sole intention of getting a woman, don't. And why I'm saying that is you are addressing the wrong priority first. Now, I'm not saying Looksmaxing is a bad thing. I spent 6 months to a year when I was, I think, 15 years old. That was around about the time I went through my Looksmaxing arc, and believe me, it helps. It improves your attraction and attention from women. It improves your confidence. It does have these benefits. But I do think what's going to give you a bigger return on your efforts is literally just improving yourself in other ways. What I mean by that, a lot of the guys watching this would be younger, but start a side hustle. Money and the sort of mindset and motivation and just plain drive and authority you build up and character you build up from having a side hustle is going to far outweigh what you can get from Looksmaxing. Am I saying you can't do both of them, both the side hustle and Looksmaxing at the same time? Of course not. You can do them both at the same time, no problems. But you would agree that if you have split focus. You often don't do either to your fullest potential. That sometimes happens to me sometimes, and I have to like divert my attention a bit. So if you have to choose one in this season of your life, choose the side hustle. Don't choose the Looksmaxing. That was a quick side rant I wanted to have on that. But if you're curious on the deeper findings on like what I found with fashion and all of that, I'll be making a video on that very soon. That will probably be releasing in the coming days. But with that said, bro, and shout out to my Discord, bro. I'll see you in the next one. It's becoming a better man.